There comes a time when the people you love most start to drift away, not with a big fight, but with quiet forgetfulness. It happened to me after my son's marriage. One evening, I called him just to hear his voice, like I had done for years. He answered, but his words were rushed. "Mom, I'm sorry, but I can't talk long. We're having dinner with my wife's family." I paused, feeling a small ache in my chest. It wasn't the first time he'd cut our call short, but that night, it felt different. Like I'd become an afterthought in his life. I said goodbye softly and hung up, sitting alone in my kitchen with the phone still in my hand. The house was silent, except for the tick of the clock on the wall. How had my boy, the one I'd raised with every bit of my heart, forgotten the mother who was always there for him? I stared at the photo on the fridge, one of us from years ago, him small and clinging to my leg. Tears welled up slow, not in a rush, but steady like rain starting. I wiped them away, telling myself it was just life-changing, but deep down, it hurt to feel forgotten, like the love we'd shared was fading into the background. His marriage had brought him joy, a new family, but it seemed to push me out. I whispered to the empty room, "It's okay," but my heart knew it wasn't. Not yet. That moment lingered with me for days. I'd wake up thinking about it, wondering if I'd done something wrong. Love shouldn't feel like this, like being left behind. But sometimes it does. Visual cue, fade in on a dimly lit kitchen at dusk. A woman sitting at the table with a phone in hand. Gentle piano notes begin, slow and melancholic, pause on the photo on the fridge, then fade to black. My name is Clara, and life wasn't always this quiet. After my husband passed from illness when our son Thomas was 5, it was just us two. I worked as a nurse's aide at the hospital, long shifts that left me tired. But I always came home to him. We'd eat simple meals like soup and bread, sitting at this same kitchen table, talking about his day. He'd tell me stories from school, his eyes bright, and I'd listen, forgetting my aches. Those times made everything worth it. Thomas was a good boy, curious and kind. He'd draw pictures for me, stick figures of us holding hands. I'd hang them on the walls, making our small house feel like a home. On weekends, we'd go to the library or the park. He'd run ahead, then look back to make sure I was there. "Wait for me, Mom," he'd say if I fell behind. I never minded. He was my world. As he grew older, our bond stayed strong. In middle school, he'd help with chores, washing dishes, or mowing the grass. We'd watch TV together in the evenings, sharing laughs over silly shows. "You're the best mom," he'd say, hugging me goodnight. I believed him. We were a team. High school brought changes, friends, and homework, but he always made time. He'd share his worries about tests or girls. I'd give advice softly, never pushing. When he graduated, I cried proud tears. He hugged me tight on stage. "Thanks for everything, Mom." College was farther away, but he called often. "Miss you," he'd say. I'd send boxes of his favorite treats. Summers, he'd come back, helping fix the leaky roof. Life felt complete. After college, Thomas got a teaching job in town. He'd visit weekly, bringing coffee or books. We'd talk late, sharing dreams. I felt blessed. Then he met Emily. She was gentle, a teacher too. He brought her home for dinner one Sunday. I made roast beef, set the table nice. She smiled warm, asked about our family. Thomas looked happy, his hand on hers. I was glad he deserved that. They dated steady. Emily joined our dinners, helping cook. When they engaged, I helped plan, excited. The wedding was lovely, flowers and soft vows. I watched, heart full, thinking our family grew. After, they bought a house nearby. I visited with gifts. Emily welcomed me. Things seemed good. Visual cue, series of faded photos, child at table, teen hugging mom, wedding day, soft strings play, warm nostalgia. Transition to empty kitchen chair. But little by little, the changes came. At first, small. Thomas missed a Sunday call. Sorry, Mom, Emily and I were out. I said no problem. Holidays shifted. Thanksgiving at Emily's parents'. Her mom insisted, Thomas said. I ate alone, turkey sandwich, telling myself it's fair. Christmas, they came late, left early. Emily's tired, he explained. Gifts exchanged quick, house quiet after. Calls shortened. Busy with work, he'd say. When I invited them, maybe next week. Next week came empty. Emily's pregnancy announced. Joy filled me. A grandson, I knitted booties, but my offers to help meals, advice, Emily said polite. We have it covered. At the shower, her family center. I sat aside, smiling. Baby James born, I held him, tears joyful. Perfect. Emily nodded weary, visits brief. Need rest, they said. I'd bring toys. But sometimes not today. One day, call before coming, Mom. Hurt, but I agreed. Seasons changed. Summer picnics declined. Emily's family event. Fall, James' first words heard secondhand. Misunderstandings. I suggested baby food. Emily frowned. We do organic. During visit, I rocked James. Emily took him. He likes this way. Loneliness crept. Thoughts swirled. Am I burden? Holidays alone again. Pain grew, calm held. Visual cue. Window seasons, summer green, fall orange. Empty plate. Music saddens gently. Turning point on sunny spring day. Baked cookies, drove over hopeful. Emily answered. Clara, we weren't expecting. Thomas inside. Let me in, air tense. Sat, James played. Talk stiff. Overheard. Always here, Emily whispered. Thomas, I know. Alone with Thomas. Mom, Emily feels crowded. I forgot how much space we need. Forgot, heart sank. Yes, after marriage, things change. I forgot my own mother sometimes. Words stung calm. Forgot me. Not mean too, but my wife first. Emily returned. United front. Left, tears in car. Breaking point. Home, silence deafening. Forgotten. Days empty. No calls. Gardened alone. Inner pain peaked. Regret, sadness. Friends noticed. Withdrew. Months, birthdays missed. Realization, marriage shifts priorities. Betrayal felt deep, but understood. Summer call from Thomas. Mom, talk, cafe. He regretful. Forgot how much you mean. Emily, postpartum hard. Counseling helped. Forgave soft. Boundaries new. Visual cue, sunny window, teary close-up. Music builds emotion. Fade to cafe light. Resolutions slow, gentle. Calls regular, short. Visits planned. Held James, smiles returned. Emily apologized. Overwhelmed, sorry, shared feelings. New routines, walks, teas. Peace grew. Role grandmother. Holidays shared. Laughter back. Tensions occasional. Talked calm. Garden shared. Life bloomed. Sadness lifted. Strength found. Closure in moments together. Visual cue. Family walk. Table full. Music uplifting. Fade hug. In end, life shows bonds endure. I see now forgetting temporary. Love returns. Space allows growth. Lesson. Love lets go waits. Mother's strength in patience. Visual cue. Garden bloom. Family background. Music warm fade.